So, hello everyone, this is OK here, and we are covering Elite Arena 92, Elite Crazyhouse Arena 92. It's a 3+0 event, a 2-hour arena. We're already 40 minutes into it, but we're going to do some catch-up. And notice we're expecting Jan Lee to join. We have TheFinnisher and Clearcast already in it, but leading the event is Black Zeus, whom we have on this board here. So, just to begin, let's take a look at how do we do this? If I click on this, it should load up the games. Yes, it does. Okay. Okay, so in game one, Black Zeus was against Fumitoks, and Fumitoks was berserking. So Black Zeus is an FM. Fumitoks, of course, and he's got very few Crazyhouse games on his profile. But if he's going to beat Fumitoks, one would think he's quite a good and experienced player. So this is how he beat Fumitoks. Yeah, he got in on the light squares. Okay. Sacked hard and found mate. Indeed. Okay, so that was game one. That's this on the right. You can see the current game. It's the live action. In fact, between number 1 and number 2. But we're just going to do some catch up. Just have a look. So this is the game against PKNM. So you beat the guy from Sweden who's also doing very well in this tournament. Very passive setup, but he clearly knows what he's doing. So who plays like this, you have to wonder. Because you can tell a player from his style, of course. So unclear who it is. So he's actually suffering here against PKNM. So you wonder what happened. I think PKNM is down to 1 second. This is what happened. He survived. So here, just simply knight takes bishop was strong from PKNM, or knight takes queen was strong. Bishop takes, try and... Okay, but PKNM ran out of time, so tough game. People not... so let's see how the finisher's getting on in the live game. Hard to say. Let's just keep going. So in game 3, Black Zeus was against Below Me, who pushed his A pawn. So he gets his rook on the back rank. So the idea here is, if this, then this. So this is forced. Oh! Below Me missed it. Okay. And in the next game, he was against Banana Joe. I mean, just... yeah. Very solid. D4, D5 stuff. I mean, this is very, very tight. You know, they're just playing it very solidly. So trying to stop the mate, and there's nothing that can stop it. Okay, and the next one, was against PKNM for a second time. I think PKNM was also berserking, which turns out to be a mistake. Of course, the point with this knight is he's going for something in the corner with mate. Meanwhile, in the live game, notice Black Zeus is trying to threaten mates on h2. So in this game, PKNM took the knight and found mate. Okay, then he's up against Legion Destroyer. So ooh, nice find. Yeah, that was actually a tight game. And finally, up against Amelie playing, and we see again this setup. So Amelie playing did well. So what happened? The finisher is suffering in this particular game. It's down to 17 seconds, 16, 15, and there's no increment. So he has to go fast. And unless he has something, he also risks getting mated. Check. Is there anything? Nothing I can see. Yeah, now White's getting back into control in this game against Amelie playing, and both sides had the time, and Amelie playing got mated. Okay, let's look at the live game. Whoa, the finisher flags, and Black Zeus had 11 seconds left. Okay, let's play through that one. So he's playing the same kind of setup. It's probably something good to know. Okay, he's trying to get in on G2, trying to get in on... Yes, so what went wrong? This seemed like a good move, but apparently not. And he's then defending desperately. It's mate in 3 on the cards. Yeah. So if you go at G2, this rook takes G2, and then the queen comes into mate. So that's the situation. So with the match situation is Black Zeus is unbeaten with 28 points. Clearcast is chasing him on 24 points, and the finisher is on 22. Clearcast just won a game against PKNM in D4, D5. Attacks down the centre, and finds a nice mate. So, okay, I'm going to leave it on the finisher TV on this board, and you see the finishers just played a d4, d5. And doing very nicely in this position. Okay, and meanwhile, let's turn to the right-hand board, where Black Zeus is trying to keep up his unbeaten streak with this sort of setup we've seen before. Takes, attacks the queen, breaks through on e5, and goes hard in on the attack with so why does that work? Queen takes knight, because he's got two knights, so and the bishop is overloaded. Okay, and so this is a live position. Black Zeus to play. Just grabs a piece. I mean, it would be very tempting here if you could get in on h3 or f3. Notice the queen guards h3, and this is a really good move. Rook g3. So instead he grabbed a rook, this, and so the threat is very simple, knight at h6, probably rook in turn. In the meantime here we have the finisher getting a quick win. So White Scorpion is providing some much needed resistance. Oh, what happened? It just... Oh, that's a nice move. e6, f7 and resigns. That was really quick. And we're going to get the same position. So this is the live standings. Black Zeus against the finisher. And on this board, on the left-hand board, I'm just going to quickly take a look what actually happened in that last game. So if I just open it up. So in that final position, this seemed reasonable. e6, unreasonably strong move. f7 and resigns. Because if king takes f7, knight at d8, pawn and queen will mate, but if you come towards the knight, it's just checkmate straight away. Knight takes rook was too slow. Was there something faster for black in this position? Yeah, at f3, nothing quite getting in. Doesn't have enough material in hand to get in. Okay, so White Scorpion went down, and Black Zeus with the incredibly high performance rating, 2867 performance rating. Nine straight games, I think it is. So we're looking forward to Jasugi99 also joining, and we'll commentate on him when he does. Meanwhile, okay, to the live game, we have the same kind of setup. I'm sure strong players must recognize who this is, just because this is a very distinctive style of play. I'm not sure who it is, but I'm sure those who know, those with good memories know. Okay, so he's allowing taking the rook, so why is he allowing it? I think the finisher is going to take him down this one. Okay, you'll hear a double piece sound because I have this open in the TheFinnisher TV as well on the other tab. This is why I'm just showing the standings here. JKtheBullfrog has started up. I can open up his TV instead. I'll open up JKtheBullfrog TV for those interested. And Jasugi99 is still paused. So that's I'll have JKtheBullfrog TV on as well. Okay. So it's a tough position here. Black Zeus in the tank. Whoa! I lost the live position. Hi there, Hissy Phone. Will I cover the CWC in a few minutes? I'm covering the Elite Arena and I'm planning on covering Jasugi99's run in the Elite Arena. So I might cover the next match later, but not the one just now. I think yeah. I think I wanted to cover Jasugi99, berserking everyone in Elite Arena, because that's what we've got to look forward to here. Okay, bishop takes rook, and rook here is the threat, although the knight. Does black have any counterplay? So yeah, I'm covering Elite Arena. You can see JKtheBullfrog on the left, and Black Zeus, the current leader, on the right. TheFinnisher playing it very safe. I think he could just grab this rook just fine. Maybe he's worried about this. Maybe he could grab this rook as well. Yeah, first. I mean, he could just take everything. He could even grab this one. Now, if you take this, maybe this. Okay, just grabbing the queen. So it's a crush here from TheFinnisher. Just finally beating this guy. So I still can't see the mate. So he plays incredibly well. Who is it? So he's trying to divert the knight so queen here would be mate. And he's got him now. Knight here and queen here is checkmate. So who could it be? So in the CWC now, I think it's Jeremy Durham against Cordet 26, something like this. That'll be it'll actually be a very one-sided match. It's a 1900 against a 2400, and I do cover those matches because you can learn from it, but it's not the same as watching Jasugi99 smash 2200s and higher. So I think that's going to be more fun. Okay, so let's see how JKtheBullfrog is smashing 2300s. So pressure on G2 and F3, but they're both remarkably well covered for now. So diversion tactic, if knight takes, he can take here. Ouch. Not being fancy and getting a knight, so if you got a knight, the king would come here. Yeah, this is... If it was a knight with check, the king would come here, and then rook here. Yeah, it's not clear how it finishes. So getting the queen was... black is totally safe, so that's a good win. So... No new game for Black Zeus? How come? TheFinnisher's in a game against the Lone Wolf. Black Zeus is a game against JKtheBullfrog. Okay, so since that's the case, I'm going to leave the TV on the left and we're going to follow the finisher on the left. So it's the finisher against the lone wolf on the left with a d4, d5. Whoa, 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 whoa. So attacks the bishop, bishop drops back, grabs the knight, and I thought he was going to grab this one, but no, he grabs the pawn first. Okay, that's how. Grabs the pawn, so if takes, takes. So he's a pawn up, is the finisher against the lone wolf. And it's quite an important pawn. Meantime, in the game, Black Zeus against JK the Bullfrog, it will be very nice to see how JK the Bullfrog deals with this difficult customer. Oh, something else has just started. So I'm gonna leave the lone wolf finisher match, and what you want to see, this is what we've all been waiting for, is Jasugi99 is in action, and that's on the left hand side of your screen. So just to wind through the first game. Attack. Okay, he's black against white scorpion. So it's only 58 minutes of the arena left to go, and he's going to berserk all and try to catch everyone up. Could be a difficult task, and he'll need people like JK the Bullfrog to be successful on the right hand screen. Indeed. He'll need people like JK the Bullfrog to be successful on the right hand screen to stop the streak of Black Zeus. So Baku says, is he new to the Crazyhouse scene? I don't think I've seen him before. Correct, he is a new name. He's only played 25 games or so of Crazyhouse, but clearly he's not new. And you'll need to ask someone like Oppa Wazen or some experienced Crazyhouse player with a good memory to know who he is. For example, could it be Little Plotkin, for example? So stuff like this. I think he's playing too slowly for Little Plotkin, so someone else. So Jasugi's playing. He wanted takes knight because then he has a double check, and then queen comes in with mate probably. So yeah, so he was getting low on time, but he was starting to make inroads. I can't quite see the finish, but he's starting to make inroads. So he's threatening this takes queen, for example. In the meantime, of course, the queen trade is bad for white because he's losing a queen with check. Nothing direct though. Meantime, the bishop covers any pawn checks. Yeah, difficult. Probably is going to get knight here. Yeah, takes the queen and then yeah, checkmate. Okay, so JK does indeed find mate against Black Zeus. And we see also Jasugi finds mate against White Scorpion on the left-hand screen. So Isolated Pun says Plotkin is IM. He is, but on Lichess he's only FM because it hasn't passed the Congress. Yeah, so in the last year, Baku's, he's become both FM and IM. And Jasugi straight away, second game, is up against the leader. So no easy games and so what I'll do is I'll close this down and we'll watch the finisher. Oh, Jan Lee started playing. No, he hasn't. He said he would, but I'll watch the finisher on the other screen. Except this now is not the right way around. Okay. Sorry. So, just going to play through this game again. Jasugi. Well, you should watch out about this guy, because he's been causing trouble to everyone. And people like PKNM and Fumitoks did berserk him, and regretted it. Because he took them both down. Bacchus asks, when? Hard to say. You've been away too long. But yeah, he's made lots of progress in his rating over the past year. But it was at least a year ago, yeah. About a year ago that he got. Okay, so pressure down the centre. Has the king still got castling rights? I think the king's still got castling rights, yep, and he uses them. In the meantime, I'm guessing the finisher beat the Lone Wolf in the other game, and he's about to beat CIW. Well, or is he? Yeah, I think so. Pawn here is still annoying. If rook here, king takes, and there's no obvious follow-up. If you had two rooks, this would be really dangerous. And it wouldn't be dangerous, but it'd be interesting. What are you doing? He must say I've got mate, so it's a sort of, he doesn't mind giving up the queen. Yeah, he's got too much in hand. Is it just one queen, but I'm sure he made it more complicated than necessary. Just bishop here and queen here was checkmate. This I don't know what's going on here. King here and queen here is also checkmate, so yeah, it's okay, he went the other way. Yeah, okay, so he finds the mate against CIW. Okay, so how's Jasugi getting on? Whoa, he's in trouble. He's mated. Jasugi has just been mated. That is bad news. Yeah, what? We just opened up on analysis board. Yeah, what happened here? Because that's going to really harm his efforts in making a streak. He needed to. Okay, I'm gonna close down. I'm gonna put Jasugi on the left-hand board again, and yeah, let's just. We're going to be watching Black Zeus against. This is a live game. Let's just quickly see where did it go wrong. So Jasugi was doing quite nicely, in fact, very nicely. So what went wrong? So grabbing the queen was the fatal mistake, or something. No, maybe it wasn't the fatal mistake. It's hard to say. Like at this point, takes, knight takes here. It's really hard to say. What was the mistake? Not taking f2. Yeah, really hard to say. But really dangerous play, and Black Zeus got Jasugi 99. He's going to have to build his streak all over again. So Black Zeus is now up against the finisher. No easy games at the top here. Just playing through this live. So that's the current live position in Black Zeus against the finisher. Meantime, Jasugi 99. I mean, poor guy. He's just lost against the current leader in the tournament, and he has to play JKtheBullfrog, who's the sponsor of the tournament next. Who's no mug, and he's completely getting crushed. And just to say, Jasugi 99 beat, and he resigns. Jasugi 99 beat JKtheBullfrog 9 games to 1 in a 3+2 series yesterday. It was a real epic series, and all the games, just JK was doing really well, but Jasugi just kept on winning everyone. Probably will be making comments in the chat. Jasugi says it's B1 from last tournament, exact same style. Okay, so there you go. These guys can tell who it is. TheFinnisher says Jasugi is here, hide. Deadban says I feel like he's someone we all know. Yes. Who is Black Zeus? So it's B1. I thought I beat B1 in last tournament, so he wasn't so scary. Okay, Katask is in. I mean, there's no rest for Jasugi. He first has to play the current leader of the tournament, then JKtheBullfrog, who's funding the tournament, and then Katask. Pretty hard. I mean, I thought he'd be crushing 2200s, but instead he's having to play, 2700s and 2600s. But at least Katask berserks back, so it'll be a tight game for sure. Yeah, I can see how Katask is trying to get in on E3. E3 is a real problem for Jasugi 99 in this position. Well, he counterattacks. Just ignores it. My attack is faster. Meantime, Black Zeus is causing trouble to the finisher. Interesting what will happen. So, less than a minute each for both 12-teen and Katask. What is his king safe? Ah, nice defensive resource, throwing in a check and capturing the pawn on H3. It feels like all Jasugi's pieces are in actually a very small part of the board. So his king is safe, but it feels like it's very, like he's curled up in a way. Whereas Katask actually controls the majority of the board. But it is only the king that matters in a sense. So it looks like, yeah, Jasugi is sort of fighting for survival, but that might be good enough. So what's the threat? So his queen is being harassed. He's down a lot of material, so this is the problem. Knight or knight. Ah, he didn't want to do that because this is a problem. Whoa, you can just take that? Ah, it's checkmate. Bishop takes knight. Knight takes... sorry, let's just open it. I'm going to ask this board. Bishop takes knight, queen takes, and it's a smothered mate. Yeah, that's the way you do it. So Katask takes down Jasugi. He is not going to be thrilled. And finally he gets coat only, 2390. Meantime, Black Zeus, people are focusing against this Black Zeus guy. They realise they have to take him seriously. I think Queen here is the threat, as long as you're not getting mated. He's just trying to run away. Knight takes bishop is an issue. Yeah, this is all over. Black Zeus is taken down. This is not an easy tournament, guys. This is not an easy tournament, just to show you the standings. Black Zeus had a wonderful run to start with. He's slowing down. The finishers caught him up on 38 points. And Jasugi 99 is not even on first page, because he's just had tough opponent after tough opponent. With first Black Zeus, and then JK, and then Katask. So 3 losses in a row for Jasugi 99. But now he's up against Burkow, and maybe we can learn how these 2700s crush on 2300s with such ease. Black Zeus, the finisher again. Yep, no rest for Black Zeus now. It's going to be all hard work among these top two leaders of the tournament. The finisher and Black Zeus are effectively, they've been playing from the beginning of the tournament, and they're effectively going to fight out with each other who wins the tournament, unless Jasugi99 can go on a rampage with a berserking streak and catch them all up. But not that long to go, only 44 minutes, and he's only won one game. Dwindling in 17th place for now, but that could all change quickly if he gets on a roll. The moves are just too fast from Jasugi, but knight takes is checkmate. Just played so quickly, the whole finishing sequence. Yeah. Whoops. And it's now Jasugi against White Scorpion. It's an e4, e5. Meanwhile, how is the finisher getting on against Black Zeus? Okay, I'm going to actually flip the board because the finisher is the current leader of the tournaments. So I'm going to actually flip it from White's perspective. So he's got 3 pawns in hand, Black only has 1, but there's a very critical weakness on b2. So he would love to play 2 moves, just fill that weakness. Interesting not putting a pawn on b2, just saying. This is dangerous because he can't swap queens. Knight takes knight, queen takes queen. Queen here is a mate threat. I mean, knight here would serve, but yeah, he has to hold that queen. He has to hold that queen tight. So he grabs the knight with the bishop. Meanwhile, how's Jasugi99 doing against White Scorpion? Oh, this game is. I'm sorry if people have been watching it from the beginning and I suddenly scroll through. Just trying to. He's got a pawn on the 7th rank and then gets the queen. He's trying to divert the rook and then queen here exactly. And that's checkmate. No, it's not quite checkmate, but it's mate in 2. Just taking down 2400s with ease. That's basically what the stream was for, just to admire how he does it. How does he do it? How does he do it? I mean, it's all very normal. Just, yeah. I mean, already at this point, Black is completely winning. Just tearing into. That was a mistake from White, and he just tears into White's structure. Okay, back to the live action for Jasugi. Jasugi TV, he's up against Katask. Oh my goodness. He's gonna have to take down Katask. Both are berserking though, so Katask is playing, and Katask is black, so he has to earn it. This is not an easy tournament. Has to be patient. Meantime, how's the finisher doing against Black Zeus? Well, he was in this difficult position of basically Black camping on his king. The point is, pawn takes knight, bishop takes knight, check, and then takes the queen. Takes the queen here. So, rook h1 is a mate threat. Oof. And he just ignored it. So that's it. Black Zeus is still fighting. In fact, meantime, someone else has taken the lead in this tournament, incredibly. Someone whom we weren't watching at all. and that is Fumitoks, who is berserking all as well, and he lost to Black Zeus in the first game because he is berserking all, but he's gone on a complete roll. He's done what we expect Jasugi to do. So let's watch Fumitoks as well. We're going to watch two berserk alls in Jasugi 99 and Fumitoks. So here Black resigns, by the way, because just a pawn. Where's the mate? Hang on. If king goes here, rook at h8, knight at g8, knight at h7, so that's clear. If king here, it's not so easy. Rook at g7, knight here, rook at h7, takes. So not completely straightforward, but so it's hard to follow all these games. Okay, so it's again Jasugi 99 against Katask, e4, e5. So that's on the left-hand board. On the right-hand board, we have Fumitoks making headway into PKNM's position, but it's quite tight on the clock. 17 seconds against 12 seconds. He's got a slight edge on the clock. And those pawns. You could pick up a queen whenever he wants it, and that's what he does. Yep, that makes sense. This is dangerous. There could be mating ideas with rook at g1. I'm not sure that. But he finds mate with this. Then he flags, but this, then this, then this, then. Why can I not see it? Okay, so there is a mate here with knight here, knight takes, and queen here, checkmate. So it's a quite long-winded one. So queen takes knight, pawn takes, knight here, knight takes, and queen there, checkmate. Hi there, Clayton Dog. I was I was watching Little Plotkin's stream last night. Indeed. So Jasugi 99 is playing against Katask again, but this time Katask is having the better of things. Where's the mate? Rook here, king here, knight takes pawn, double check, ouch. Mate. King has no squares. So Katask is killing Jasugi's dreams. Jasugi's barely top 10 in this tournament. Long way for him to go to catch up with the leaders. If I just look at the leaders on 49 points, Fumitoks on 49 points, and there you see Jasugi on 14. Long way to go. Fumitoks ripping through everyone. Look at that streak. 3-3, 5-5, 5-5, 5. So let's see. Where's the mate? Where's the mate? No mate, but lots of threats. Taking the rook, knight here, check. Must be very annoying not having a mate. Can't go sacking the queen if you don't have a mate to show for it. And he's thinking, it's CIW. Okay, he just throws in a check. Gets the rook. Why is that useful? Because we're going to see bishop g6 next. So why is a rook useful? Probably is useful, but why is it useful? Rook here or rook here. Maybe take the bishop. It's not clear. It's not clear how to make progress. This king is actually annoyingly safe. But at least he has a few moments to figure it out while CIW is thinking. It's hard, isn't it? Rook here, then if knight takes, queen takes. This is actually annoying. CIW is planning in mates of his own. This is really, really tough. So there's no time to do anything in this position. He has to defend. And he does. Oh, that's very nice. Exactly. He gets the king on a light square. Now he's got bishop there and takes the knight. So this is a very nice little combination he's found. And that really protects his king. He's going for better. I think he's going for better. There isn't better because the king can just run to here. So it's actually quite close. If you had two pawns, it was pawn here and pawn here. We're actually checkmating. Oh no, the king can run back. Oops. But yeah, here he's actually safe. There's no knight out because black doesn't have a knight. Okay, Jasugi 99 against Burp Cow. Not very good at following two boards at once, am I? Hi there, Chuck Moulton. We're following the Elite Arena. And oh, he found mate. Wow, that was amazing. Fumitoks found a beautiful mate. Okay, both starting at the same time. Jasugi will play PKNM, Fumitoks will play the finisher. And we thought Jasugi would go on a crazy streak and beat everyone, but take a look who's on a crazy streak in this Elite Arena. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all berserking games from Fumitoks. Puts him far out in the lead with the finisher as his closest rival. So this is a big game, number 1 against number 2, Fumitoks against the finisher. But don't discount Jasugi ever. Because if someone can win faster than Fumitoks, it seems unlikely at this point. But the only person who could conceivably do it would be Jasugi. So let's see. PKNM is being annoyingly solid with all these pieces around his king. I thought he was going to go bishop at f6, but maybe that doesn't work because takes and you replace the threat. So he does this. Meanwhile, this position against the finisher looks remarkably... It looks like it would come out of theory in some way, although I don't know what the theory is. Yes, I think this is some theory or something that I've seen Fumitoks playing before. In fact, the finisher playing against Fumitoks. This queen is very much sidelined. If I just play through the opening. So materially white is doing fine, but the queen is sort of locked out of the game. So it's a difficult position for white to play. It's targeting knight at c7. And of course, these are sort of ideas. These two squares are ideas for black. So the finisher going to a thing. Okay, so what's happening here? Jasugi gets PKNM. He did break through, and he finds the mate. I don't know if I can find how did he break through. Discover checks, picks up the queen, and finds the mate. What would be the critical point of this match? F4, E4, gets 2 pieces for the queen, and then, yeah, gets PKNM again on this board. Okay, so here what's happening. Oh, what happened? Something's been happening here and I've not been following it. So he got knight c7, he gets the rook. He takes the knight because he thinks it's dangerous. Okay, so Fumitoks is working on these dark squares. It's 22 seconds against 39. So, despite berserking, the finisher is also getting low on time. It's a difficult position. Whoa, 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 Fumitoks might be breaking through. Queen takes rook here as mate. Very difficult position to play for black. He just goes for a run. Trying to go for a flag. Fumi's not having it. Bishop takes. Pawn here is the mate threat. But 17 seconds against 13. Just pawn here anyway and then pin it. Okay, he found an even neater solution. Promote to knight and queen at h7 checkmate. So Fumitoks on a complete roll, just to show you the standings. Fumitoks on 59 points. The finisher in second had to stop him if he wanted to try and overtake him. JKtheBullfrog also doing nicely, but JKtheBullfrog's had a loss against... Who took down JKtheBullfrog? Take a look. It was TheFinnisher. In the meantime, okay, what's happening here? Oh, discover check. Blocks, takes the queen. The queen is on and it's all going to be over in seconds. Just going to play through this again, the Jasugi match. I'm sorry for those who were watching it. How does he crush these 2400 so easily? This is the question. Gets in on the light squares, very direct. Look at this light square attack, it's just everything on these light squares. Discovery on the light squares. Still looks scary, but it's just still working away at those light squares. He's defending a bit. Check. It's not over. But the queen is defending the king. He has to be careful of knight at g6 ever. But okay, time is even now, 20 seconds each. So, oh, he's hung this. Yes, he hasn't hung it. He blocked it off. 11 seconds. It's just look at this. The piling up on the light squares just continues. He's just always got to watch out with knight at g6 though. 13 seconds against 2 seconds. I think he's going to take this. And he gets the mate. He gets the mate. Not even the flag. He gets the mate. Nice win. So I think Jasugi99 is on his way. Meanwhile, Fumitoks is up against Clearcast. I was actually watching your stream also, Isolated Pan, if you're still there. Commentating on Magnus Carlsen, and that was a good stream. And then Little Plotkin came at the end of the stream, and I saw actually that's the stream where the adoption challenge. I saw that the following morning, not live. Okay, so let's get back to the Crazy House though. So Jasugi99 against White Scorpion. White Scorpion is attacking. It doesn't look comfortable at all. His dark squares are being attacked. At some point his light squares might also be attacked. So what does he want? He wants bishop takes knight and knight takes bishop. That's what he wants, and just try and create some weakness on g7. Meantime, Fumitoks against Clearcast. It's looking tough. 15 seconds to go, and his king is on the run. But it's more the time is the issue. It's like there may be mate here actually, but yeah, there's mate here. But only just. I mean, White didn't have that much material on the board. It's just very much like a yeah. So this seems to be a classic kind of attack, because if anything takes here, it's like knight takes, knight at g6 sort of ideas. Yeah. What to do here? It's like it's close but not quite. This is a kind of grabs the knight. So what's the idea? It grabs that one. It's got to be. Is knight at g6 ever anything? You've got to be careful. The black only has one queen. Still, yeah, it's safe. The knight also covers. free piece. So White Scorpion wants knight at, and he's going to get it. This is awkward. This is awkward. At h2. King takes. You take the rook with check. Takes back. This is awkward. Because if you go here, then stuff like bishop here. And if you go here, it's mate. Is it mate? This can't be good. So instead, he goes down. And he has a choice. Do I take the rook or the pawn? It's so uncomfortable. Pawn here is surely mating, right? Pawn here, king here, bishop here, king here. Or he might be thinking about knight here. Knight here, rook here, king here, pawn here is checkmate. Oh, it's all over. Oh, but the king can come the other way. Not so clear, not so clear. Yeah, I think the other way was easier at g3. I'm going to look at this in an analysis board, I think. Meanwhile, how's Fumitoks doing against the finisher? He's just running away. Oh, this also promotes. This is funny. You have no pawns, he says. And now he's going to win, I think. No pawns. A horrible pin. Just take all. How do you mate? Queen takes rook is a threat, as well as bishop takes rook, so it's like a double threat. So why is it a threat? Because queen takes rook, queen here, check. I can't see the exact mate, but we're going to see it played out. Oh, he goes for an attack. Interesting. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't see that at all. That was a crazy idea. Just queen takes rook was... Oh, he got a smothered mate. I really want to look at that in analysis board. First of all, I'm sure that White Scorpion did have mate here. So I'm just going to quickly turn on the engine. Takes pawn here. Down. Okay, so down, rook here, here, takes here. So apparently takes f2 is safer. So what actually happened in this? Fumitoks flags. Okay, so takes here is safer because if pawn here, you're running away, I think. King f3, this diagonal is covered, so you're safe. The way he ran was actually a bit risky. But it wasn't risky because of promote to knight. It was risky because, and at g3 was also an idea, but it doesn't quite work. It doesn't quite work. And the king is taking here, and white is mating. So the move for black here was rook at h4, bishop at h3, pawn at g3 goes down, and then promotes to queen. And you can block with the bishop, because you don't want to block with knights, because then if you block with knights, you can go takes. Oh, bishop at g2 is mate, but takes, king takes, and then the knight and queen will be mating. In fact, you don't even need the knight, just queen f2. Okay. But if bishop at g1, it's a bit more complicated. Rook takes. If you block, just takes his mate, so you have to take. Bishop at g2, so it's the same thing, but now queen takes, king takes. Now the bishop is covering this square, so you have to play queen at e2. But suppose you just block, the point you still have this bishop d5, takes. So if ever you block, bishop takes f3 is checkmate. So yeah, what can you do? You can just, this is just checkmate. Just takes, and it's checkmate. So yeah, quite a beautiful one. Queen at e2, important to see that in that position. So that's the key. In this position, black did have mate, but with rook at h4. And probably in the time I spent explaining that, we already have a mate. Jasugi mated Legion Destroyer. How? How did he beat these guys? Oh, it's a smothered mate. Okay, fair enough. Not going to be an easy game. This one though, he's berserking JK the Bullfrog. JK the Bullfrog berserks him back. I missed what happened in the Fumitoks game. Fumitoks is now up against Duvid. PKR says, yeah, so many defensive resources I'd never see. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, mate. I think it was worth analysing. It was a cool one. Rook at h4. So Fumitoks up against Duvid, going straight for g7. He's still in the lead. And meanwhile, let's see how Jasugi does against JK. He wants to crash in on g6 if you block. But if you don't block, then there's bishop at h7 and knight g6. And JK just resigns. So I just opened it up on the analysis board. Probably the best move is g6, but you just crash through. And the point is, if you take it, bishop takes, king to g7. And apparently bishop h8 is the move, just to keep the king in a box. Because the point is, if you take that, this is checkmate. Quite a hard one to see. So just knight takes. What else can you do? He just tries to get out of the way. Knight h5. So yeah, tough game for JK. Just to quickly look at the leaderboard: Fumitoks 59, TheFinnisher 46, JK 43, Katask 42, Jasugi 40. We haven't been following Katask at all. I was just seeing Katask as someone who was there tormenting Jasugi, but he's actually playing the arena as well as tormenting Jasugi. In the meantime, Fumitoks has little time. If he had a knight, then knight here would be mate. Oh, only 7 seconds left, but he finds the mate. Distracted the rook and found the mate. Okay, so Azure Nakamura again, a 2300, normally 2400. So how is he going to beat 2400? Let's see it. It's going to just go back a tiny bit. Okay, so he gets in on e6. How do these top players make it so effortless? That's the question. Meanwhile, Fumitoks is up against Burpcow. So you see, he's getting a rook or a queen. Oh, he's not. He wants safety. Maybe bishop here, knight here ideas. Really? Just don't understand. So this is an interesting move because it's a sort of distraction. If either knight takes it, bishop takes f3. So really quite nice play from. And I thought he'd take the queen here, but no, because knight takes pawn might be an issue. Maybe, I'm not sure if it is, but so yeah, black's just short of material. Oh, what? Yeah, the bishop covers. Everything's fine. So knight here, you just take it, or you go here. The knight, amazingly, everything's well covered. But knight takes. Hang on, knight h3. He's fine. I mean, he can do anything he likes, but taking is fine. Or is it? Because bishop here is annoying. But there's always knight here. I think it's fine. He's got a defense with an attack. Oof. Black resigns. Black resigns. Why does black resign? I don't understand. It looked like it was a tense standoff. But I thought maybe he thought he's losing the standoff. He doesn't have enough material or something. Like, suppose he just does something like knight here. Just at g2, and it's all over. So yeah. So black's just short of material, basically. That's why he resigns. He realizes white is the one crashing through, and gave up. So with that, Jasugi is up to 4th, but still 17 points behind the leader with 14 minutes to go. It's quite a long way to go. And he's got the finisher, who's not berserking back. So it's going to be tough. And Fumitoks could still keep on racking up these points. So kudos to him. This is a threat. If he had a pawn, it's a threat. Okay, so he's hitting this square. It's sort of very logical play. Okay, he grabs a pawn. He's like, all I want is pawns. Pawn here and pawn here. It's just such logical play. Give me pawns. You have 2 weaknesses in your position. I want to... Oh, knight takes queen. Oof, queen here, checkmate. Boom, all over. Okay, back to Jasugi. that was nice. How's Jasugi? Just gone under the minute mark. Must be thinking, does this do anything? Knight here. It's an idea for sure, but maybe do this first and then knight here as a mate. The finisher's not going to fall. Not going to fall for it though, so maybe just go straight in. So knight takes rook happens. Yeah, so has he got enough? Has he got enough to mate? He's got queen here check, queen here check. Yeah, if king takes pawn, there was queen here, queen here, queen here, and then if the king backs off or blocks, queen here check. I mean, I can't quite see the mate, but it looks dangerous. This is covered, so you don't have mate here. I don't know. I worry that I think black's been quite impatient here, but I can't prove it. That's it, he gets the queen. Game over. I'm sure black had something earlier. Like if I just wind back. So this position here. Yeah, queen f6 is what I was thinking. But queen h4 is what it suggests. But yeah, white is just doing too well here. So it was going all in out of desperation rather than anything else. Even king takes g3 is fine. But you have to be careful, but it's fine. Just stepping back, queen f4, and just block at f3. And this is covered. So the finisher proved too strong. How did the finisher... This knight g5 and sack. Too strong. Plus 14 already in this position. So this is a mistake. You need to go bishop e7. Okay, but we have a double berserk, so it's JK the Bullfrog. So 5 against 6. This is the top 6 in this tournament are incredibly strong. Lichess is down, says Hissy Phone. Seems to be working fine for me, but for now, so cross fingers. $50 are riding on this. Whoever wins this tournament wins $50, courtesy of JK the Bullfrog, who's sponsoring the tournament. So, how is Fumitoks getting on against the finisher? It's number 1 against number 2. Both berserking. Maybe the finisher didn't have to berserk, but maybe if he's trying to maximize his chances of winning the tournament, it's a trade-off. Do you try and make sure you win, or do you actually want the extra point as well? Probably if managing that trade-off, it would have been in his interest not to berserk. But difficult position. C2 is weak. Knight d3 is a problem. Yeah, so he covers d3. It's really difficult to know what to do here. Maybe takes, takes the queen and then takes the, with check, and then takes the bishop and hope you're not mated. Yeah, that seems like a good plan. Who takes the rook? Oh, interesting. Does that work? The rook and knight in hand. So the reason is yeah. I was thinking he takes the queen, and doesn't quite work. Wow. It's a nice idea, that. I think moving the queen is a huge mistake, right? So just this and takes. Maybe it was better. Okay, that seems crazy, but he's going to get beaten here. I think is the finisher. 20 seconds against 16 seconds. There should be some discovered checks. This should be all over. Let's see. Why is it all over? Such. Whoa! What an evil mate! What an evil mate! He just put this queen here to block off the king, and then discover check, takes, checkmate. Such an evil mate from Fumitoks. And just to quickly look at the standings, that does Fumitoks now 75 points, 21 points in the lead from the finisher. Yeah, that's why the finisher was berserking. He needed the extra points. Jasugi 99 on 48. So it's all quite tight at the top. Even JKtheBullfrog and Black Zeus, or even Clearcast, they're all pretty tight at the top. But I don't know. Jasugi 99 has to win like 10 games in 5 minutes or something. He's up against Black Zeus again, trying to get revenge, because he's love won against Black Zeus. And his king is very exposed. Black wants a bishop. So I was going to quickly rewind what happened this game. He's lost some material. No, it's fairly level material actually, but his king's been blown open a bit. That's why notice how he's just backing off, doesn't want to trade, just defending without trading. I don't want to trade. Especially not bishops, because a bishop on e3 at some point would be nasty. He just wants to get his king out the way. Yeah, in the meantime, black is hunting a bishop. I wonder why. Okay, meantime, Fumitoks is up against Katask. Tough opponent. But both are berserking. Okay, is there anything here? Oh, at h3, because he's put his king and queen knight away from each other. So just at h3 is begging, just to clear out that square. Okay, he goes for material instead, but white's going to get some tempos now on black. Okay, watch out for the mate threats. Yep. So the point is pawn takes rook. So good defense. Pawn takes rook is going to come with check, and then the back rank mate will follow. If he has another pawn, it will be same again. Okay, it's going to be this. Well, this is awkward, isn't it? Okay, I completely missed the Jasugi game, but Jasugi did beat Black Zeus on the other board for those watching. I'll show the final position. Yep, okay. The treble knights, and he's got Black Zeus again. No easy games here, no easy games. Okay, Katask is attacking. Hang on, wasn't queen here mate? Okay, yeah, he finds it in the end. And if you went here, queen here, block, pawn here, the problem is knight takes, queen takes whatever's here, and knight here is a smother, so there's no way out. Having said that, I feel like Fumitoks was doing really well there. And surely there was something earlier. Yeah, black's winning here. So c2 at h3. When I said it, at h3 is good. But okay, this happened instead. Black is still really winning nicely. So this is an interesting idea. Rook at e1 force, takes is nice. At e2, knight at e2 check was a lot stronger. Yeah, knight at e2 winning the queen. This is a big miss from Fumitoks. Okay, so instead he did this, and now he's still fine. But maybe something like rook at h5 and knight at h3 or something, or h at h4 to defend, and then rook takes g5, and he can't. Yeah, I don't know. Rook at h5, knight at h3, takes, bishop d5. Okay, so somehow keeping the attack going. The way he played it, somehow white managed to get back into it. Yeah. So it's just, it looks like Stockfish just, yeah, rook at h8 is just a beautiful find there from Katask, and that just changes the course of the game. The engine doesn't even see the move. Rook at h8 is actually mating for white, and that's just a really important find. Queen takes rook, and rook at h8 is mating, and it doesn't even see it until it thinks a bit deeper. King f8, knight at d7 apparently was the critical move, because if knight takes d7, you're no longer guarding g8, so you go here, bishop at g5, blocks, knight f5, king e6, the discovered check, blocks, and queen takes is mate, or queen f7 is mate. So actually the way Katask went with this allowed a critical defensive move, king takes here, because if this, then you have king g6, and apparently it isn't mate. You're actually just running rings around the opponent. So that was a critical thing missed by Fumitoks against Katask. But back to the live game. Fumitoks is playing the finisher as black. He's playing the wolf defense. And this is a live position. And in the meantime, I missed what was happening with Jasugi, except Jasugi is playing fast and furious against PKNM, and Jasugi is up to 3rd place. So just behind the finisher in 2nd, who's white on the right-hand side, and Fumitoks in 1st. Berserking all despite the fact he probably doesn't need to at this point. With 0 minutes to go or something in this tournament. Yeah, 1 minute to go. So this is it. This is the last guy. This is the last game, guys. That king looks awkward on the for PKNM, but is his own king safe? Looks safe enough. So he gets a... Yep, and PKNM resigns that one, and what happened on the right-hand board? Finisher ran out of time. So let's look at the final standings in the arena. Somehow no music. Don't know why the music didn't play. But Fumitoks in 1st place with 77 points. 25-30 performance, 97% berserk rate. He only forgot to berserk once. 31 games. Jasugi with a 27.45 performance, 100% berserk rate, and 75% win rate. I think the win rate is a good indicator. And Katask, it's 88% win rate, actually the highest win rate. 88% win rate, despite berserking all. That's an insane performance by Katask. And he ended up playing actually fewer games. So Katask with the real strong performance. But Fumitoks just had been playing from the beginning, and he got in during the middle of the tournament. He went on a really nice streak, winning 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in a row, and no one else matched that. No one else matched that. Jasugi only managed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row. And likewise, Katask 7 games in a row at some point, berserking all. Good games. Congratulations to Jasugi. Let's look at the chat. TheFinnisher doesn't even manage top 3. 4 points off 3rd place. Such a tough tournament. And all the way down, this is Black Zeus was leading the tournament for such a long time. Look at that streak. 6, 7, 8. Also 9 games in a row to kick off the tournament. What a start. And then just sort of alternate between winning and losing, which is the worst thing you can do in these arenas because you don't build up those doubling streaks. And JKtheBullfrog also with is it a 10-game streak? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 10-game streak he began with. So actually, just JKtheBullfrog with the biggest streak of anyone in the tournament, and only ends up in 6th. So, good games, everyone. Congratulations to Fumitoks. Can't beat someone berserking when they're that good. Life is good. Says Fumi. Great performance from Fumi. Clearcast was on phone, and JK says he's bad at berserking. Okay. Oh, apparently GSVC joined as well at the end, did he? GSVC joined at the end and unbeaten. 6 games against won a game against Katask in there. So GSVC against Katask. Sax to get in on F6. Sax on G6 as well. Sax on F7. Sax on G6 again. So yeah, and now he's coming in on G7. So great combinations of sacrificing on all over the board. But Fumi's the winner today. Okay, now I'm going to actually switch out of here and try and see if I can follow Medved against Crocodile-Hunter. Maybe I'll stream from Crocodile-Hunter's perspective. Okay. So hopefully you can see me, see it fine. Hopefully you can hear it fine. Okay, Crocodile-Hunter. He's only a 1600, but he plays well. He plays well. Okay, so solid stuff so far. Slightly slower pace because we've got a little bit more time to analyze. So white would love a pawn for h6, and black probably, the moment he's about to get a pawn, will probably play h6 to stop it. Oh, these guys are making it difficult for me. So GSVC is playing a bullet series against Jasugi 99 right now, and I'm like, hey, that's not fair. That's exactly what I want to watch. But anyway, I want to cover the CWC match as well, so it's like the dilemma. Okay. Okay, I haven't said much so far. I mean, I kind of. It's pretty solid, basically. Yeah, so in the background I've got Jasugi 99 playing against GSVC. It's like, that would have been nice to watch, but unfortunately. Okay, we're going to stick to the CWC. Croc Hunter had a mate against Plotkin, says his. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce that name, because it could be Hissy Phone Payments or his Symphony Payments. So. Well, it's a dilemma. Do we watch just GSVC Jasugi or do we watch the Crocodile Hunter against Medved? But I mean, this is the Crazyhouse World Championship match, so it's nice. It's nice to cover it. But of course, GSVC Jasugi is like something we were hoping to watch the other day, but it didn't happen. So it's something we were kind of looking forward to. We could also just step back and forth. That's another option. But it'll be hard to step back and forth. But we could also do that. Yeah, maybe we could try and step back and forth. So this is game 1. Hi there, Deadban.
Hi there, okay. Hi
Yes.
everyone.
So which one are you watching? Are you watching GSVC against Jasugi or Crocodile-hunter against...
No, I'm watching the Crazyhouse World Championship.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll close down the Jasugi and focus on the World Championship. Yeah, Crocodile-hunter's not bad, but he is letting his time run very low.
Yeah, he's running low on time.
It's always a difficult question. When should you break in Crazyhouse? Probably also in chess. It's a really hard question to answer because it's a really easy mistake to make. Breaking at the wrong time. He's just hung his knight with that fork.
Yeah.
So, because the e4 break, did it benefit him or did it benefit his opponent? Because that's the kind of thing you have to ask yourself. Is this break going to benefit me? Yeah, a break is like you're going to trade pawns, you're going to trade stuff. Like, are you the one who's going to be using those pieces to torture your opponent, or is it going to be the reverse? Here, black simply has bishop takes knight and knight at e2, picking up the queen with check.
Yes.
So e4 is free, you can just take it. And Crocodile Hunter flags.
Okay. Lost on time.
So Symphony Payment says maybe you could have 2 boards if people want to watch GSVC. That's really hard to set up. I set it up, it took ages to set up. So I'm going to have to, maybe we're going to stick to this one.
By the way, I'm watching from my website. I'm not watching your stream, so I can read your questions.
Yeah, that's perfect because it means you're live. And anything on the, anything people say on Twitch, I read out. So yeah. Looks like he wants to sack on f2, maybe. Grab the knight, grab f2. So Medved, I have a love 1 score against Medved. And Crocodile-hunter, amazingly, I've never played him. So I'm expecting knight at g5 to come. Seems reasonable. Although you really want a third knight for e3. So.
Yeah, I don't think I would take the knight on g4.
Yeah.
I would just move the king somewhere.
Yeah, thanks for watching his symphony. I mean, yeah, so it's still, I mean, although you've just gone and sacked a piece, I think it's solid plan. Just need to do that and I'll develop.
Yeah, so I think black wants to take the rook some way.
Well, maybe you mean like something like at e3? Is that maybe an idea here? At e3 and then go knight f2 next?
Yeah, exactly. It's
It's an idea. There's a slight worry we're overextending, but it seems like a nice idea. There's also simply developing the existing knight. But there's no way
I think I would have probably gone king g1. I feel like the bishop on h3 is kind of trapped.
Yes, that's true. He really wants a knight, so he's making his intentions clear. I want your knight. So if the knight goes, for example, to b5, maybe he'll go queen d7.
Yeah, he's desperately trying to get another knight for knight d3, I guess.
Oh, he gets it. Sort of.
Yeah, he gets it.
Sort of. Not
big blunder from Medved.
No, there's a cost. You don't get it because bishop takes. You get it, but you don't get it. So there's a cost. But knight.
Oh yeah, I missed bishop takes. Yes.
But knight at f2 anyways.
Yeah,
so yeah.
but yeah, f2 is not possible. But even if black takes the queen, I guess white is safe.
Yep.
So you can just sack the queen for 2 pieces.
He can indeed, yes. Oh, and his Symphony Payment says that his username is an anagram. So that begs the question of what? Maybe the my something something would be my guess. So do we take the queen or the bishop? He takes the bishop.
Oh, he takes the bishop, okay. Interesting.
Well, the bishop was white's best piece because it's the only
now maybe
active piece.
Okay, he's attacking the knight. I would have thought about just h3.
Yep. So I see.
Or rook f1 or something.
So to keep up pressure, you go either h5 or knight e3. h5 makes sense, just not to get too overextended. But yeah, white's doing nicely here. Basically. Oh, that's a nice find.
Oh, that's a nice move.
Nice find. So he wants the queen for 2 pieces, or king g1, and he wants the pawn desperately, and unfortunately doesn't have one.
Yeah, king g1 is best.
Yeah, or just give the queen, but yeah.
Yeah, but if you give the queen this time, your king is on h3.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit.
This is dangerous.
More, less safe.
Yeah, but this is dangerous. Bishop f. Yeah. You could play something like bishop at d4 here, and bishop d4. But the time is the problem. That's the real problem, because in the Crazyhouse League, Crocodile-hunter plays on one of the lower boards. He's probably used to playing, 10 plus 10 or something, and this is it's gonna really hurt if you play at that sort of pace. Okay, he picks up a pawn, but that's not the pawn you want. Pawn on b2 is not so interesting. But actually, just because last time you said it was quite soft, I'm actually going to put your volume up louder just in case. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Nice. You see, he doesn't take. Nice moves. Because to take is to let your opponent advance into your position. Pawn takes, pawn takes. Ah. Pawn takes opened up the rook file and knight at g4 ideas.
Yeah, knight at g4 was good.
Whoever takes is a mistake, that kind of situation. Yeah.
Oh no. Just knight check.
Oof. Yeah, see, and this is just time trouble. He's actually been playing really well, but time trouble. Bishop's hanging. Defends it nicely. Really good play, to be honest.
Knight h6 maybe. Yeah, time pressure.
So 2 games to love. PKR says knight at g4 for black in the final position last game, and I think black was better. Just thought he was under some severe pressure, but yeah. I think f takes e6, and maybe he was better, but yeah. So I'll just actually open up the position. Oh, the rook was open. Yeah, that's true. The knight at g4 is quite nice. Well, this is solid. So grabbing space with d5. And it's a well-protected pawn, so it's good. Probably at some point follow up with e4 as well. I don't know. It's true he wants e4 at some point to open up the bishop on h6. That's going to be e4 here. Looks strong. Gives now extra protection to d5, but d5 is well protected. I mean, if you had a pawn in hand, this would be a nice move. Thinking of like dropping a pawn on e6 or something. Oh, well, okay. Takes en passant.
I don't think it was extra protection for d5. It was extra protection for g2.
Oh, that's true. Yes, okay. That's of course the reason. Yeah. Yes, I was just completely ignoring this, the actual, black's intentions, which is taking on g2. But he could have just taken en passant, so I'm confused.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Well, I mean, worst come to worst, black only has one knight, so knight takes g2, just take it. And hope for the best. Take the free pawn. Seems good.
No, I would have taken the bishop.
Take the knight. I'm just greedy. Just take all the material. You know, people, they say the knight near the king is a friend, but this knight's got business to do. It's trying to take my bishop on f4. So I'm like, you've got no business taking my bishop on f4. No, I don't like that at all. Because he's allowing the knight to take his bishop on f4.
Yeah, this is bad.
Yeah. And now then...
So now you have to cover g2 and giving up the bishop on
well,
f5.
bishop e4 does it. Bishop e4. Bishop e4 will do the trick. Covers g2, so knight h3, king h1. We're still holding. Okay, if you just move it back one, you're just going to get harassed again. If you move it back two, it's going to get taken. If you move back three, it just looks disgusting. But probably bishop h1, just to avoid getting harassed. But hang on, bishop h1 gets mated, does it? Bishop h1?
Yeah, bishop h1,
Knight,
just
knight
bishop
h,
takes c3.
no, bishop h1, knight at h3 is checkmate. New knight at h3 is checkmate. It's quite nice.
Oh yeah, just knight h3.
Yeah. Which is kind of annoying, because this way doesn't work either, you're getting harassed. You're going to drop back to g2 now, you're just going to get harassed again. So, yes, you have to try and... Uh-oh, uh-oh. Here comes knight h3.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Crocodile-hunter is a good player, just that tiny difference. Just those tiny differences. But he does have a sort of good... He has a sort of good understanding of Crazyhouse, I feel. Especially...
Yeah, I think you just need to find some way to attack the fianchetto. Because it's very defensive.
So the game he sacked on f2 wasn't that one. Wasn't defensive. He had a good go on that one. Okay, so d5 is being attacked because there are two attackers and although there are two defenders, one of the defenders can be chopped off. So that's it's very simple chess, but he didn't notice it. It's more chess than Crazyhouse, that.
So if queen takes the knight, bishop takes queen, and bishop takes knight on h3. So
If queen takes
obviously
knight,
nothing.
yeah. Queen takes knight. So queen takes knight is an interesting idea. Queen takes knight. Bishop takes queen. Bishop takes knight. Yeah, giving up the queen. Interesting idea. Probably just at g2 defending. Yeah, that would have been one way of playing. Just we've lost a pawn. I think that's what Jan would do in that sort of situation. If I would rather play with an imbalanced position down a pawn rather than a balanced position. But it's not clear if it's any good. But it's an idea, definitely. And white.
Okay, so black has two knights, maybe knight g5.
Yeah. Knight d5, then knight h3, then knight takes f2. So that's going to be the plan. So king would have to go to g2 and so on. But so what I mean is he does have the kind of, so if for example he played, if an opponent of Crocodile-hunter played knight g5, I think he would do the right thing, namely put a new bishop or a new pawn on g2, reinforce your position, rather than what a chess player might do, which is drop the existing bishop back to g2.
I'm not a fan of knight d4, honestly. Now white can just harass the queen.
So PKR says use the old knight. Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but use the existing knight to do it. Yep, so white's going to put a lot of pieces on with tempo, so knight on e4 is coming to hit that queen and so on. Yes, it's just like not quite fast enough.
Yeah, Medved just wants to play passive, but very safely.
Yep. Yeah, it's even better. Just harass the opponent, keep on chopping off pieces. That way you keep the initiative. So knight takes rook. So you see, how can I attack this queen? Maybe even bishop at a3 even is even an idea. Okay, you can just ignore that bishop drop on f5. It isn't actually doing anything, by the way. It's like I'm not quite sure why he did it.
Yeah, probably, yeah, just knight g5.
Maybe he wants rook d7, but it doesn't. Okay, so he grabs the bishop, grabs the other bishop. Okay, maybe there's some ideas now. Ah,
Ooh,
it's,
that's a free knight.
no, there are ideas. There are some ideas here. There are some ideas.
Yeah, just knight f5, yes.
Interference, that's the idea. He's interfered.
Yeah, but there is no mate,
That's true.
because bishop h3 covers everything.
True. But white has no mate either. Knight will have to swing back, I guess, to g5. Or you go for the back rank, but you could go for the back rank. Pawn, not bishop, is the right move there. But yeah, it's not complete. Oh gosh, just bishop takes d1 and pawn at e1. Bishop takes d1, pawn at e1. You are smashing this. Oh, he
Yeah,
needs flags. Yeah. No, this is smashing for black. Yeah, this is really good for black. Bishop takes d1. Okay, so it's not so clear because white has a knight at h6 resource, but if this rook takes d1, you got at e2. It's like, okay, but amazingly there's this knight at h6 resource, which is surprising. So if I just took that knight, then bishop at f6, and it's a bit awkward, but just king h8, then takes. I'm just struggling to see what this is. Take here. Okay, really confusing position in that final position. Okay, but it's certainly unclear. So 4-0 to Medved. Okay, so what's happening here? I like this sort of the d5 push, grabbing space. Okay, it does give your opponent e5 for the knight, but takes, e5, takes, yeah. But the idea of it is you'll get in on the light square. So if you get a pawn over, you can go bishop at e6, pawn at e6. If you're being especially aggressive, you could go bishop at e6, but that seems a bit overly aggressive. I mean, now you've got two bishops. You could go for it.
Yeah, but with bishop e6, I think black is the one who exchanges queen first, and then there is knight at h3 checks.
That's true.
Possibly mate.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, really good defensive move. So that means that kills any ideas of knight h3, knight f3 mate, because the f2 pawn is covered, so there's no smother. And even if that bishop is taken, you can take back either way. There's probably no mate either. Okay, so you're just going for the pawn. I mean, this is nice. If bishop takes bishop, you don't even take it back. You could take on h6. You can take on h6, and then you can even sack on f. If you're being particularly greedy, you sack on f7. Does that work? That looks so cool. I don't know if it works, but it looks really cool. Knight takes bishop, sack on f7, then bishop at e6. That sort of idea. Okay, this is really nice from white. I like it. h6.
Yeah, I like it too.
Go Crocodile-Hunter. The Crocodile-Hunters might be much better in 5+3 games. Yes, yeah. I mean, he is a 1600, but I'm just saying, there are 1600s who play in the Crazyhouse leagues. They really do have a great understanding of Crazyhouse, so don't be fooled by their ratings. Unlike normal chess players in arenas who might not, conversely.
Yeah, I think he's playing like in 1800 at least.
Yeah. Crazyhouse League is a good training ground for these guys, so absolutely. Okay, so he's going to grab one of these knights. I want to sack on f7. Is that worth it or not? Maybe it's just too. Maybe it's too much. He's also got check, by the way. Bishop. Yeah, he missed bishop at d4 check. The point being that if you take back check, block, you're taking the knight. Yeah, this doesn't work. It's on the wrong diagonal.
Yeah.
You have to work
Yeah,
on the
good.
you have to work on the light squares. Well, or you could do that, but when it was check, it was powerful. Now here it's not so powerful. So yeah, it's a slight, with time low, not quite sure what to do, that sort of feeling. I mean, if black had pawns, he could get to work on the dark squares, but he doesn't. Doesn't have any material in hand, so it's very difficult now. Neither side has, in fact, material in hand. They have to both play quite a chessy style. And yeah, of course, when your time is low and you're panicking, you do become more defensive. Queen d3 maybe. Okay, this is also interesting. And flags. Okay, let's actually just look what was the most decisive continuation after knight takes h6. King h8, just at e6 with the pawn. Yeah, no crazy sacks, no point sacking. That's a good lesson. There's no need to sack, you just go for at e6, because if pawn takes, you've got knight at f7. It's really awkward how to defend. If he does something like knight at g5, f4, just attack the defender. So this is really good stuff. Knight at g5 is actually the best move in the position. And the best move in response is f4 or bishop at f4. Attack the defender, but he could just ignore it and try and put another bishop down here. What's the idea? Bishop takes bishop. Bishop takes. Okay, maybe f4 after all is the right thing to do. And if he just ignores, he's losing his knight. So that would be force mate if you walk down that route. Okay, yeah. So at e6 is the critical move. That's the difference. And time. Okay, solid setup. These flags are tough, says PKR. Bad moves are better than no moves. Crocodile Hunter could easily have 2 or 3 wins. Yeah, but I think also by the time he's flagging, he's lost his positional edge. Something you have to capitalize when it's there. So it's 5-0, so this could be the match decider this game. If he doesn't hold it. So it's an elimination game. He has to win this to not be eliminated. Okay, so in this sort of position, e7 is actually quite weak because it's attacked once but it's only defended once. BKR says he was equal to better in at least 2 games, but hard to find. Equal to better, but he was in a position where it's hard to find moves because he was backpedaling. That's like, this is the struggle. Like in this position, he's not quite sure what his plan is. So even already, with in this position, it's so here he has a plan. Attack the knight, takes, but this is already he's like that shows a lot. Not really clear what his plan should be, and he's just trying to put his pieces on the board.
I'm not sure what knight at the e6 is about, honestly.
Yeah, so it's the sort of time pressure move of, even though he wasn't under time pressure, it's that kind of move of, I need to play something quickly, and I'm not sure what. Okay, but knight g5 is very sensible, because it's both defending and attacking. Because defending h6, which is under threat. So what makes these positions difficult, by the way, is because the best moves are do nothing. Or do something very incremental to improve your position. You do not want to take and find both your knights getting forked. So you want to do moves like rook c8, a6. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but yeah, that's what makes these positions difficult. Okay, you remember the knight was there for a reason, so pawn takes, because the knight.
Yeah.
Well, actually, h6 is protected, but still, pawn takes is good. Activate your rook. Yes, good. You see.
But g5 ends.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Well, maybe it's not fine, but I think it's fine. It's activating your rook. I think it's good principles. Now we could even take on f2. The question is with what? Rook takes, maybe? Rook takes f2? We don't control e3, that's the problem. I wanted rook takes f2 and bishop e3, but he controls e3. Yeah, nice. Gets control of the dark squares. Good move. Bishop takes. Oh no. Yeah, you want to keep pushing your pieces forwards. Yeah, now knight takes e6 is a threat. And also at h7, knight f7 is another idea.
Oh no. Just knight again.
But at least it's only one knight. See, before he had 2 knights, so this is actually okay. Yeah. Because before he had a second knight for f7, now he doesn't.
Yeah, but e6 is angry.
Yeah, he should have just taken e6. Knight takes e6 is strong.
You can either take the rook or the bishop. I would take the bishop.
Yep. Yeah, take the bishop, then take the knight, and it all goes. That would have been quite. That's really strong actually in that position. Take the pawn, take the bishop. Oh, yeah, the bishop on e3 wasn't there yet.
So he takes the rook anyway.
Okay, so he does take the bishop. Oh, the rook. Where's the rook? Rook f7, and time is now an issue. Rook takes g7. It's nice.
Yeah, rook takes the pawn.
No problem. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Check.
Take everything. 1 second to go. 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 Go.
Oh man, why didn't he take it?
No. Okay. Yeah. It's too used to 10-second increment, I'm afraid. Rook takes g7, still plus 11 for
So
white.
rook takes g7 and bishop e6 maybe.
Yeah, it's still a tough position. Bishop e6 is pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. Well played to both players. And yeah, just time management for CrocodileHunter.
Yeah, so I'd say the critical point, knight at e6. Yeah, before he does knight at e6, that's a good even game. What's the strongest move in that position? c6, knight at
Which move?
h5. Move 12, I said, was critical because it's the sort of thing where you can't. It's an even position. You can't really do anything, so you just have to do nothing or do things which don't make your position worse. It says g5.
So move 22.
No, move 12. Move 12, knight at e6. And I said, that's, to me, that was like, your pieces are now in the wrong circuits.
Oh, knight e6, and yeah, was very bad.
Yes.
So maybe.
I mean, so it's not lost, but it's just, yeah.
Maybe just c6, kicking the knight out.
And then, yeah, c6 is good. And then move 17 apparently is also. I was thinking this, and then I thought maybe it doesn't work. I was thinking of move 17. Can we take on f2 with the rook and bishop at e3, but it doesn't work because the bishop guards e3. But you can take with the knight. Knight takes f2, rook takes f2, rook takes rook. And king takes is dangerous because you get knight at g4, king f1 probably.
Okay, so knight takes, rook takes, rook takes.
Some kind of block here.
Yeah, I think black is kind of safe.
Yeah, so black is crashing apparently in this position. Bishop at c5 threatens this checkmate.
Yeah, I don't think king takes f2 is good. I mean, just knight g4 crashes.
Yeah, so I'm just showing the kind of how the line might have continued. And in that position, black is very safe. It's not. There's no mate, but it's just black is very safe. H3 is weak, H2 is weak, and yeah. So you try and crash through the F file, and you defend the H file because you want to defend at H6 ideas. So his symphony payment says, Crocodile deserves at least a game. I got 2 just by playing suspicious moves quickly and confusing my opponent. Yeah, let us know who you are on Lichess. Because I don't recognize the name. Okay, and Padrag1 earlier had said chess is for simps. You know, we want the crazy house. It's much more complicated and fun. Yeah, good games, and congratulations to Medved who progresses. I'm going to see if is GSVC still playing against Jasugi99. GSVC is playing, but not against Jasugi99. He's playing normal chess. So how did the crazy house go? Which we missed. Jasugi lost 4 games in a row at the end of that sequence.
Okay, I don't think there are any other
Nope.
Crazyhouse games going on, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm just playing through. I'm playing through Jasugi 99 against GSVC just for fun. But yes, that's it. GSVC will be my round 2 opponent. I haven't done any preparation for that match, and I don't really see any point in doing any preparation in that match, to be honest.
You're asking the wrong person.
But I'm just going to have a look at these games between Jasugi 99 and GSVC. Maybe see how does the man beat GSVC. Well, he didn't win. He didn't win this one because White did very well here. And White just camps in on the possession. Okay, so game 2 of the sequence. They played 9 games earlier. So game 2, Jasugi was White. Oh yeah, so thanks, Dead. I should have said properly. Yeah, thanks, Deadban, for joining for the commentary.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Okay,
Cool.
goodbye.
Bye. So crashes through here and gets a free piece. Jasugi must be GSVC must be furious with that one. Doesn't like losing free pieces. Oh, but he gets some nice counterplay. Well, these are some crazy sequences. So he's hoping he's safe, and maybe he's just about safe. Oh, nice mate then from Jasugi. And games 3, Jasugi lost as black. So let's see. Okay, so Jasugi gets a mate. Oh, I got a challenge. I'm going to quickly look through these games. Who's challenging? Just out of interest. Blitz Life is challenging me in Blitz. Not quite sure why. So this is a Crazyhouse stream. Oh, I mean, what is going on here? This is a little cat and mouse game, but GSVC is basically steadily working in on these dark squares, and it's important to find the right move here. Apparently, bishop at g5 doesn't find it, and apparently it's hard to defend if you don't find the right move. Bishop takes e5 is important here, apparently, and knight takes f. Bishop takes e5, d takes e5, queen takes f2. I don't get it, because if you take on e5, I can take the queen. But then apparently bishop takes d4 is check. Okay, and picks up the queen. So some cunning tactics that I completely missed. Okay, so White's doing pretty nicely here. White, in fact, has mate in 2 here, with very simple mate in 2, rook at g8, rook takes g7. But instead, something happened, and suddenly he's mated. Ouch! Nothing in hand. King g1, queen here. Oof, that's a fast turnaround, that game. Okay, so after that painful defeat, Jasugi 99 won all the remaining games to win this sort of little mini series that they were playing with each other. Wins 2 pawns, wins the queen, painful. How did it come to this? Just solid, basically. Grabs the knight, puts the knight on. He thinks the bishop's under attack. Actually, it's the d4 pawn that is hanging. Yeah, nice move. And Softfish doesn't even suggest it. Looks strong though. Maybe queen g4. Okay, obviously this is also not good. Okay, so 4 more games to go. So we have a d4 setup. Grab d5. Very equal position. Could easily have been a draw at this point, but it played on. Really pretty mating sequence coming here. So little. Ah, by the end he's missed his mating chances. But black flags. So the mating idea, well, rook at f7 is something fairly decisive. King g6, bishop at f5, king has to go somewhere. King here, rook takes h7, king g5, h4, king f4, knight d3, these sorts of ideas. Okay, so 3 more games to go before we close the stream. We see the same kind of pattern, but this time this pawn is reinforcing the center. Doesn't even take on g7. King g8. And it turns out, in this position, he's doing very well indeed. And finds a mate, probably under time pressure, because this is 1+0. And 2 games to go before I say goodbye. Again, it's So, where's the mate? King b6. Knight at c4 and pawn here is checkmate. And even if he comes this way, bishop at b5 is checkmate. Cuts the king from running back. And if he goes the other way, then that's much easier. So the knight's control. But instead, I think it was a flag. I mean, did black ever have anything here? Not quite. Tried to run away, b5, bishop here, knight here, and so he did actually find a mate. But the whole time I think he was very low on time, under 10 seconds the whole time. This I think is a critical point. It's quite hard to see knight at c4. Less than 20 seconds on the clock. Okay, and the very last game, just catching up on what we missed while watching the Crocodile-Hunter match. A fun little series between Jasugi99 and GSVC. Okay. And he gets a back rank mate. So the point is, of course, it's a classic. Mate takes, king takes. Now there's no back rank coverage, so you just go at f2. Whichever way you go, it's checkmate. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to post this whole Elite Arena stream on YouTube as well as the CWC commentary with Deadban with it. That's the link to my YouTube. If you're interested in Crazy House, check out the blog. On the right hand side you'll see forthcoming matches in the Crazyhouse World Championship. At the top, in the top menu bar, you'll see guides to Crazy House, for like introduction, the rules of Crazy House, and guides to get better. And then if you look at the tags for the blog, you'll see like one of the tags is instructive. You can find lots of puzzles. Also in the top tag, there's like a whole index of studies where you can practice. Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I might raid someone, but that's it for today from me. Bye.